Hey people, welcome back. So today we will see how we can create SQL database server on Azure. So we will create SQL server first, then we will create one database, then we will create one table in that database, and we'll try to log in to that database server through SQL Server Management Studio. And also after, we will try to fetch or execute the we will try to fetch the table of SQL server in Visual Studio. So let's start. So Azure provided us SQL database service by which we can create SQL database server on Azure. So just type here SQL database, create SQL database. Okay, so here my resource group is my resource, database name, so database demo. So what will we do? I will start to enter the credentials, because I will require these credentials to for login to SQL Server Management Studio. Database name db demo, and then I will create a server. So here actually I have to put my server credentials. So my server name is db main. Okay, let's give a different name, db server main. Okay, yep. So my server name is db server name. Okay, my server admin login, I'm giving my name Ankit, and password okay. So my admin login, Ankit, and password. So this is nothing but your username, and my password is 2345. Okay, so after that just select location. I'm selecting location as West US. So just okay it. Okay, now the next option is want to use SQL Elastic Pool. So SQL Elastic Pool is nothing but it's give you a option that if when load will increase on SQL server, then automatically it will increase the SQL server infrastructure. So I mean right now my database infrastructure details are like its database is 2 GB, can hold 2 GB of data. But if suppose in future the data will increase, so what will happen, due to shortage of memory, the server will crash. So Elastic Pool, it automatically will manage the service, manage the SQL Server database, and it will automatically increase the memory or infrastructure of SQL Server database. So right now I don't want SQL Elastic Pool, so I am selecting no. Then storage. So storage means how much size of database you want. So if you see, my basic plan is 2 GB of database. If you go to standard, it gives you 250 GB. So you have choice from 100 MB to 250 GB. So I'm selecting basic plan as 2 GB and apply it. Go to next tab. Okay, so now network connectivity. So we have three different options: no access, public endpoint, and private endpoint, right? So if you selecting connectivity method as no, then what will happen in future, if you will try to access SQL server, it will not give you the permission to access the server. Let me show you. So if suppose I'm adding a public endpoint, so it gives me a firewall rules. So it's saying that setting allow Azure service and resources to access the server to yes allows communication from all resources inside the Azure boundary that may or may not be part of your subscription. So what it will do, it will add current IP address to yes, means it will add your machine IP address to Azure service, so you can access your SQL database Azure server through your client machine. So I am making it yes and go to next tab, and these are the extra settings. I don't want to change right now, so go to next tab. Just name here my database, my SQL server database, and just go to tab and create it. So it will take time. Okay guys, so I have created the SQL Server database service on Azure. Let's go to resource. Now what will we do? We'll try to access the SQL Server database server of Azure through SQL Server Management Studio. So just copy the server name and we'll go to SQL Server Management Studio. Just paste it, paste the server name here, and we'll take SQL Server Authentication. So my login name, I already noted it, so my login name is Ankit and my password is demo@12345. So let's connect it. Okay, so we successfully connected to the SQL server which is located on Azure. So what will we do? Now we'll try to, I have already created a database db demo, so we'll try to create one table in that database. So create table table demo, id as integer and name varchar 20. So let's create one table. Okay, we have created the table and we'll try to insert the value into the table. So insert into table demo, values will be my 111 Ankit and John as 2 people. So let's execute it. Okay, so we have inserted to value, so just check where values are inserted or not. Select start from table demo. So yes, we have inserted two rows in the table. So now I have created a table, the table demo into database. So let's try to access, or let's try to consume these rows into Visual Studio by Visual Studio. So go to Visual Studio. I already created a sample application, MVC application. So let's try to connect to SQL database server through C# code. So I am already in web.config, so just paste your connection string here. Add name is equal to dbcs database connection string and connection string equal to. So the connection string, how you will get connection string, just go to Azure portal and it will show you one option, connection string. So just copy it and paste it, and it will show you option that server you having server is TCP. This from this server you are accessing the database. My database name is db demo and login ID is password, that is the name password. Username is Ankit, and you have to put your password. So my password is demo 12345. So we have created a connection string. So let's try to access this connection string in index controller action result method. So I will cache this connection string into connection variable. So configuration manager dot connection string. So my connection string is dbcs, and I will create SQL connection object which will take one parameter as a connection string, and then we try to open that connection and create SQL command object. So this command object take two parameter. First your query, my select star from table demo, and then your connection object. Okay, so now execute reader. So it will give me the SQL data reader object, and I will create one data table. New data table, and I will load that result set into that data table. So reader, so just apply debugger, and let's try to run, and we'll see that will connect to SQL Server or not. So we'll wait some time. So if you see my debugger comes here, let's try to execute, go step by step. Okay, if you see my I have got the connection string. Now let's try to fill the data table. Okay, so if you see, we have successfully fetched the rows of SQL Server database or of table demo from Azure, from SQL Server database. So now, so what we did, we have created SQL database server on Azure. We created one database. We created one table in that database. We tried to access that database server by using SQL Server Management Studio, and after that, what we did, we tried to access that table through Visual Studio by using C# code, Edu.NET code. That's it. So that's pretty much from my side, and see you in the next video.